we're going to present, ma'am, or just do the pitch directly?
You can do the pitch directly. We will just we will give you 3 minutes for the pitch.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I will start now, ma'am.
For a while, I will
Ah,
just set up the timer.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, you can start now. 3 minutes starts now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ted. Um, what if I tell you you don't need a pen to check test papers? Confused? But it's possible. Educators tend to check each student test papers manually, not to mention the manual way of recording those scores with only one copy at hand and no backup. Instead of doing tedious tasks at school, they bring it to their homes, thus affecting their personal and family time. In fact, some teachers tend to let their students check their test papers by exchanging them. The setback is that some students try to manipulate the scores of their friends. All of this can be solved in one app. I introduce to you Checkmate. We have created a mobile solution that would utilize the teacher's smartphone's computing power and high definition camera. With our mobile solution, from manually checking a 50 item that would take a lot of time to check, it would only take an average of 7 minutes with using the platform. Students with malicious intent will not be able to manipulate the scores of their classmates anymore, since checking can be done by educators quickly and precisely. With our student version, students will view their scores after the teacher is done checking the exam. For as low as 55 pesos per 6 months, you'll get a full access to all existing features, with 1 month free access every creating a class record. Compared with our competitors, we have a lot of features suitable for the teachers here in the Philippines. With low cost of subscription, all the features are already accessible. A complete app to lessen the workload of an educator. As of 2020, the total numbers of students from preschool to senior high school is 27 million. That's a lot of students. On the other hand, there are 965,000 teachers in the Philippines for this year. From this data, we are trying to achieve at least 30% of the current market today with a projected sales of $1.5 million. In our business model canvas, our key partners for this venture is the school administrators. In order to achieve the target revenue, we have plotted the key activities and all these things to give an excellent product to our customers. Right now, we are already gained 4,100 installs in our Google Play Store platform since 2019 alone, just on Android version, and we are currently released the paid version last February this year. Checkmate is seeking to raise $100,000 in a seed round for 20% equity on a pre-money evaluation of $500,000. This is the team. We are composed of 5 computer engineering student graduates from USTP. So that's it. Checkmate, productivity check.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I ask someone from our team, City of Bites, to um, help me to judge this?
Hi, good morning, Ted. Good morning, Checkmate.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
It's very clear naman ang inyong presentation. No? Good thing you include katong mga competitors ninyo on sa inyong advantage, as well as what do you want, nganong kailangan mo mag-pitch sa nagutan ng bituog sa investment ninyo. Ang kuan na lang is maybe dili kay siya murag gibasa ning namoy script do na may script pero mura bitaw gibasa ninyo siya. More on familiarity lang unta, and then about sa problem bitaw nga part. Nasa giting yung slides where you raise your problem. Yeah, dili kana murag kuan na ninyo, do you have your ad-libs, you have your script nga wala sa inyo PowerPoint, klaro lang gid siya og ayo regarding sa iyong problem. And I guess
Oh,
mura na siya in my end.
question lang, ma'am, dili siya namo kanang i-general kanang i-general lang bitaw ang problem bitaw, ma'am? Or dapat yun nga kana ibutang yun namo tanan ang among kuan nga problem kay gi-generalize or man gud nako ang problem man gud nga gina-solve.
Oh, yeah, pwede naman siya since good na pod ang mostly problem sa educators, di ba? So
Yes,
more
ma'am.
on checking this paper, pero yung mag-cite out. Ang paan lang, kana lang yung mga adlibs na mga paan.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am Ray, do you have comments sa ilaha?
For the problem, I would suggest na you would address really what's the pain point of your customers. Like, for example, you can show some pictures of the teachers having difficulty in checking the the manual checking of test papers. So you would cite some scenarios or kanang situation wherein the you would the problem, it would show the problem of the teachers are experiencing. So I guess para pod makita jud ang kuan bitaw, like unsay problem nga inyong gina-try to solve and ma-understand pod sa audience. So ana lang, Ma'am Ray.
Thank you, Ma'am Ray.
Yes. Hello. So sorry sa background noise kaya nag-stream akong bana.
Okay ra, ma'am.
Oo. So the pitch delivery is good. It just shows that you really know your product and you have been practicing this for like the longest time. I just hope that you were also able to identify your target market, like the usual things you've learned from technopreneurship, like how big is your market, and nana ba dara? There.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So kindly overemphasize that, and you've also indicated your business model, right, guys?
Yes, ma'am. We have included it.
Oo. Siguro not the canvas. You don't need to give us the canvas, guys.
Okay, ma'am.
Just highlight how are you going to earn,
Okay.
because your future judges cannot be able to read everything in that business model canvas. So you just need to pinpoint like the basics, like how are you going to earn, what would be your projected income, and those sort of things. So ayaw ihatag ang entire business model canvas, ha. Okay, this is a PowerPoint. This is a presentation. You just only need to give us the highlights. The rest, like the key activities, the key partners, the resources, I am most certain those can be hidden in the background. Okay, those shouldn't be discussed as part of this one. But so far, okay kaayo inyong presentation.
So just the projected, okay ra ang kuan mo murag ka ng revenue streams ang among i-show nga na.
Like sa finance nga side, you will tell us how much are you expecting, how much is the cost of Checkmate, how much are you expecting or your projection, and in 1 year, how much are you going to earn. mga assumptions lang ninyo ba? Diba you
Yes.
already have in mind, right? Oo,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
multiply lang to sa inyong assumption market. Ana.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, good job, Checkmate. Thank you so much for presenting.
Yay.
So, wala na ba additional na comments from the team?
Okay na ko kay.
Ma'am.
Okay, thank you so
May
much.
question mo.
Yes.
Asa na mo, pwede ra na mo i-follow up ang katong mga requirements, ma'am? Asa, i-email ra na mo, ma'am ba?
You can email it to us. Do you have an email of Ma'am Shore already, right? So,
I will
I
just check
guess,
if naa siya sa group, ma'am.
yes. Okay. You can send it to our emails, any of the team. So,
Okay, ma'am.
mm,
Thank you, ma'am.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Ma'am, are we just gonna leave the room, right?
Yes, you can leave now. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, Sir Richard. Good morning po. Sir, do you have your presentation now? You can start sharing the screen na, sir. And then, if you have your other teammates pa who wants to join, then let's wait for them po.
Hello? Yes, I'm not sure if they're available now, pero is it okay if ako lang?
Yes, sir. Okay lang, sir.
Are you seeing my screen, ma'am?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sige. Just let me know na lang if I'll start.
Sir, you can start now. I'll set the timer.
Okay. Morning, everyone. Uber ran a taxi service without owning a single taxi. Airbnb ran accommodation services without owning a single building. Dirtbag runs a laundry service without owning a single laundry shop. We are Dirtbag, the Uber of laundry. Who would want to spend 3 hours doing laundry? And who would want to travel a few kilometers to laundry shops only to find out that it's fully booked or machines are out of order? Search online? Sure. But are you ready to pay the pickup and delivery charges? And worse, do they service your area? This is where the frustration lies. You just can't have it all. But what if we tell you, you can? We will come over wherever you are in the city. Enjoy the same fragrance and packaging wherever you are in the city. Pay the same affordable amount wherever you are in the city. And all it takes is just one swipe. How does it work? You book an appointment, we come to you, wash it, pack it, and deliver them back to you the next day. And how we do it? We partner with existing laundry shops, then we buy per load and sell it per kilo. In CDO alone, there are 217 registered shops, and even if only half are active, that would still give us 540 orders a day. And for us to make money, we only need 33% of that. How are we different from the others? We have no constraints on location, no incremental charges. We always deliver the next day. We never refuse orders. And if you have no budget now, you can always pay later. And all you need to do is do the swipe. Want proof that it actually works? Cagayanans love us. We are gaining new customers consistently for the last 6 months, and so does our sales. We are now breaching the 150K mark, and this is just one hub. We optimize revenue the more we scale. By end of this year, we'll generate 7.5 million in sales before we start launching in Davao. With at least 9 hubs by next year, we'll close 2021 at 54 million in sales. Then we go to the Visayas. And who are the top guns? Yours truly, a former expansion manager and head of business development of 2 big startups known in Asia, Ninja Van and Oyo Hotels. If you know these brands by now, this guy made it happen. These hackers will soon make the hashtag do the swipe viral. And lastly, our witty professor, Red Robin. We're seeking 3 million pesos in exchange of up to 15% equity of the company to speedboat this revolution. And if you want to be part of it, call me. Thank you.
That's very good, no? So the bitch delivery is very good. Thank you so much, sir, for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Um, I would. Did you did you present first the problem that your service is trying to solve sa first part sa inyong hangkuan sa imong presentation?
Yes, ma'am. The problem statement.
Okay. So, okay. The solution is really stated well. So, as well as your target market. So that's great. So,
Wait, I will share the.
can I ask now the other team members if do you have other comments for this?
I would like to commend Richard. It seems that you are really an expert on business pitching. It really shows with the fluidity of everything from the problem, and you have also shown how easily the app can work, as much as how much is your asking price, your target demographics. So basically, you are really a pro pitcher in the startup scene, and all the information that we need in a great pitch are present. So I have no question. As a consumer watching you, I can easily understand your pitch, and I even know how much is your asking price for it. Thank you, sir.
So I guess are there any questions pa from the team or comments?
Nana for me, Kai. Everything is very clear. Congrats to Sir
Thank
Richard.
you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for this very good presentation, sir. So I guess we're done
Okay.
since there's no more questions. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Ay makita akong screen, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Kay, nag-start na ka sa imuhang time? Ready na imong time, Kay? Imong timer?
Mag-start naman.
Yes, yes. Pwede na ka mag-start. Start na when you're ready.
Okay. A virtual hey from Bukidnon to Cagayan de Oro. I'm Jarza Primalina, excited as a puppy to introduce to you Pet Matters by Shiftech PH. Pet ownership is booming across the world. In fact, in a 2016 online pet survey of 2,000 respondents, 98% agree that their pet is an important part of the family. And 89% of pet owners are more likely to take their pet to the vet for regular checkups. Here in the Philippines, there are 1,342,111 purebred dogs registered by dog owners. Think how high the numbers would be if we include the non-purebred or other type of pets. To cater all those, we only have 144 registered clinics in the country. A million or more pets for 100 clinics. Can you imagine the number of records that each clinic has in store? If you think that's overwhelming, think about their outdated solutions for record keeping. Think index cards and storage rooms. Every day a customer comes in with their pets. Every day, the receptionist looks through a series of index cards for the pet's records. They go through their storage rooms, shuffling records and sometimes nervously going back to the front desk to tell the customer that their pet's records may have been lost. Every day the clinic wastes time just looking for records, nervous for the possibility that they may not find it. This everyday transaction of outdated record-keeping solution simply wastes time and could potentially damage customer relations and, more importantly, put the pet's health at risk. Humans, it's time to shift to better solutions. Time to shift to Pet Matters. Shiftech introduces Pet Matters, a product that uses radio frequency technology with our very own hardware and software innovations, a product that saves time and secures records. How? Well, using the hardware that we provide, we register pets with an ID, add information and records to our software, and clinics can simply tap the IDs to automatically retrieve the health records of the pet. Fast and secure. Our software also allows the update of records and scheduling of checkups. A monthly or yearly subscription-based business model plus 1,000 pesos hardware, and we are good to go. Our team is composed of dedicated people who envisions to shift everyday business transactions to better tech solutions. We at Shiftech believes that it's time to shift to better solutions, time to shift to tech. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shiftech, for that. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm using my phone right now. So I'm very happy that there's actually an app that caters to our pets now, especially nowadays.
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi man nagko-close but daghan dili available na vet clinics and everything. So good pitch. You were able to
Yes, ma'am.
do what you really need to do. But my comments on my part is since you're catering and using the word pets, I suggest you do
Yes,
not
ma'am.
um anong tawag dito? Sa dogs ra mo mag-focus.
Yes,
There are
ma'am.
different kinds of pets.
Okay, ma'am.
As a cat
Mhm.
I we already have not exactly discrimination, but we already have um, difficulty finding vet clinics products for cats or basta non-dogs. Kaya usually yung mga products dito sa CDO mostly for dogs. So since you're going to use the word pet, and then it matters, it's their family,
Yes,
uh,
ma'am.
lahat na lang ng klase.
Yes, ma'am.
Cats, dogs, siguro parrots, depende.
Fish.
Okay.
Ah.
So, how do you put the hardware?
There's ang ano ma'am, we have ay, nami nami design for hardware like this ma'am.
Okay. So it's not it's not a chip that you place on the pet. It's just a hardware mismo na kumbaga filing system pero ano siya, digital na siya.
Yes ma'am. We use a card ma'am
Ah,
as ID sa pet and then itap din siya dara for fast paggawa sa sa
okay. Who gets
information.
the card? The customers, the clients.
Yes ma'am. For diretso lang nila mahatag ang ilahang kuan. Like dili na mangita si receptionist again sa kung unsa ang kuan ID
Vet
sa
clinic- and the vet clinics have this katong magbasa sa card.
Yes ma'am. Kani siyang hardware. Kani
Ah,
nga
hardware. Okay.
mm.
Okay. Kung comment, anyone from any comments from the other team? Other team members?
Or I think ako raman is right now ma'am.
Gage, Kai, Susie, Rochelle, do you have any comments?
Hello?
Hi ma'am.
Nano mo initial customers, ani?
Yes ma'am, we have one partner veterinary clinic sa Hingoog ma'am.
You didn't put that in your presentation, di ba?
Yes ma'am, wala ma'am.
So, palihog ko butang para ma-identify gid namo nga nanagay mga early adapters sa inyo ha. And
Yes
then,
ma'am.
and then you put there 1,000 ang hardware, right?
Yes ma'am.
Oo.
A breakdown ma'am?
Yes, mas maayo if I break down as to why. And
Okay,
and
ma'am.
ang hardware device ba, like inyuhag yung raw materials, will
Okay,
it
ma'am.
be less than 1,000? Or how much will it cost you to build the device?
Actually, less than 1,000 lang siya ma'am.
Oo, so dapat makita po nato na siya nga mauni siya ang breakdown to create the device. Dayon mag-mark up lang dayon ta, hence 1,000 siya, right?
Yes
And
ma'am.
put there also kanang monthly and yearly. So how
Yes,
much is
ma'am.
the monthly and yearly subscription?
Okay ma'am.
Nakitubag or okay?
Ay, kuan lang. Right now ma'am, kay mo pang ang hosting, mo pang gina-finalize kung nga hagin may mag-host. Kay and then ginadungagan pa pud namo ang features sa existing namo nga software.
Okay, pero at least as early as now, have a rough estimate as to how much would be the monthly, how much would be the yearly. Matanaw
Okay,
niyo mo cover pod sa hosting cost na inyong gi-look forward.
Yes ma'am.
Another question. Do you have an alternative just in case the client forgets to bring the card?
We can just use the software, ma'am. We search for the owner's name na lang dayon.
Name. Or maybe you can use card number na lang siguro, no? ID number para mas sayon, mas specific ang tag-iyag yun.
Okay.
Ang client, is it the animal mismo, the pet, or the owner?
The owner, ma'am, ang client, pero ang ID is sa pets yun. Like,
okay. So
kung
the
naay
card,
one.
Ang the card is yung pet mismo.
Yes, ma'am. So if ang owner na ay duha ka pets, so naa siya duha ka card, unique for each pet.
I see. Okay.
Another question.
Yes,
Hi, by the way, it was a good presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who are your competitors ba? Identified competitors for this? Or have you already the competitors?
For the, usually ma'am sa amo ang search lang is usually ang naarag yun is dito sa Metro Manila ingana wherein daghan na yun dito mas naka-base ang mga veterinary clinics and mas open sila to tech solutions when it comes to for their pets. Pero here diri sa Mindanao wala gyud kayo ni siya ma'am.
Okay. So, comment on that. Even though sa Manila ra sila naka-base, you don't know if mag-expand sila dire. So, you still have to identify who your competitors are. That way, your clients, the investors will also see kung say difference yun ninyo compared sa ila. You cannot say na dito na sila sa Manila and then ang focus na nila tech because with the pandemic going on, ma-shock na lang mo basta ni-expand po sila diri sa Mindanao and then maurga same ra pud mo idea. So again, like Kai pointed out, please share your competitors, okay, even though dili mo same og region. Did you get that, Shiftech?
Nawala ko ma'am. But yes ma'am, mo ang i-consider ang competitors na mo sa Metro Manila and others.
Pero I'm not saying you should consider, you should really put it out there, okay? Kasi you already know from your when you attended this last year, pero lahi man startup ato na you cannot have no competition, okay?
Yes,
so you base it, identify in your pitch deck.
Mm-hmm. I'm gone again.
Wala na yung other comments?
Okay na ako, ma'am, sure.
Okay.
Kato lang competitors, ma'am, and then ang problem lang siguro i-identify og ayo ang pain point. Ana lang.
Okay. So inani, Shiftech, please submit your, I know na late mo naka-appeal, but please submit your assignment, especially your pitch deck. So marami pa kasing kulang sa pitch deck nyo, please, since you're already in the Facebook group, please check out the YouTube playlist para ma-check ninyo kung sa'y kailangan nato sa inyong pitch deck, ha? Wala man tayo template, but there is a guideline there kung sa'y inyong ibutang yun. Yeah. Overall, your presentation is good despite the short notice. Good job on that. But
thank you, ma'am.
To move on. Okay. So again, please submit your assignments. We got your BMC, but ito be like your empathy map, yung market validation nyo, at saka itong pitch deck. So we can also learn more about your startup. So I hope you took note of our comments.
Yes, ma'am.
We're open for consultations next week. Pero Monday morning, hindi pwede, and some other days because may appointment kami with the school. So just email us, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yun lang. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Pag rewatch atong YouTube playlist so you can catch up. all the sessions, recorded sessions are there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Shiftech.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
And businesses are fearing shutting down or closing down of their businesses because they're not getting enough traffic or customers. Inconvenience, it's practically hard to set up your store online, and people find it hard to find your stores online. And impractical, it's very impractical to especially now that you're losing money, merchants would find it expensive to set up their own app, to put up their own website, and to do these things in order to accommodate online customers. So this is what Ehatid is for. It's safe for customers. It's convenient for it's also convenient and affordable. So safe. Everyone can just stay at home and get their essentials in just a few taps. It's convenient. We value their time and money. So with just a few taps, everything can be delivered at their doorsteps, and affordable for customers. It's practically free for merchants. Okay, so why now? It's not safe to go out, as I said. It's also the future is actually now. With Ehatid, we were able to help business transition from traditional to online selling. This is the age of e-commerce. Okay, so Um, this is the target market of Ehatid. For consumers, we target middle income earners to high income earners. For businesses, SMEs, and corporations alike. So the Filipino market is actually quite huge. Middle income earners, there are 10.19 million families who belong to middle to high income earners. And 15% of those households have internet access or can shop online. So that's about 1.5 million households. So Ehatid Delivery App, it's an online CRM that allows merchants to set up their online store, book deliveries, and so much more. Okay, so how does it work? The customers, sorry, it's loading a bit. So the customers would sign up, but download the app, sign up, find your store, order items, select their payment method, track your order, and then wait for it to be delivered. So here's what merchants get. They get an online CRM, delivery service, social media marketing, minute technical support, installation service, store setup assistance, staff orientation, and our Ehatid CSR to manage the deliveries. So currently, this is the growth of Ehatid since our release last April. As of July 15, we have over 3,000 downloads. 60% of those are retained. I mean, 60% of the users are retained or repeat customers. So this is the team. We have Keith, the founder, Richard, who is our head developer, and the rest of his team. Kim Francis is our head designer, graphic design and social media marketer, and I am the marketing head. And we also have our Erica, our CSR Erica, and Anne as our accountant. So here are our current competitors. The major ones are GrabMart, PandaMart, Metromart, and PushCart. So our advantages from these competitors is that we have an effective business model. We are unlike them where they have they hire a shopper. For us, it's different. We employ or not employ, but we highly encourage merchants to prepare the orders for us, and um, our riders are only going there to retrieve the orders and deliver. So there's no shopper's fee. So it's community centered, meaning you can go local. Long term, we are, if not the next Amazon, but we are aiming to be the new Amazon in Asia. It's also affordable. So our current partners, we recently closed a deal with SM, Asia Brewery, Julmar, Monterey Aroma, Generica. So basically, we've closed deals with big clients. And that's it. This is our I apologize, we haven't done financial evaluation yet, so we couldn't project as of now our I would say profit. Okay, so yeah, that's it for our presentation. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, I'm open for that.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Ehatid,
Thank
for
you.
that pitch. Okay, good job. So I have a few pointers.
Okay
So
po.
would go on. The first thing is the aesthetic. Okay. So it's nice, Chada, ang pagpa-plastar sa inyong pitch deck, but I recommend that you switch the swatch of your pitch deck from a black background to a white one, so it will be easier with the eyes, since the orange and the dark orange kasi siya, it contrasts
Yes.
with the black background, and sometimes
Okay.
it's hard to read it. Okay.
Okay.
And then maybe you can enlarge some of the fonts. Can you go back to previous slides? Sige pa. Okay. Balik ka doon. For example, for example, this one, the font here is masyado maliit, mas malaki pa yung bullet nyo. So you can
Okay, sige po.
emphasize that as especially since it's the keywords, so you can use bigger font. Basta at least 30 yung font size. Okay.
Okay.
So you can use the same design and everything, interchange nyo lang yung
Color.
yung black yung font nyo and orange, of course, para sunod sa branding nyo, pero white yung background nyo. Okay, so it will be easier on the eyes. All right, and then I suggest, as we discussed last session, that you put your team in the last slide. Since you placed it in the middle, we already forgot actually who the team is. Okay. So make sure that to make, aside from making an impression, you have to make sure that people remember who are the people, individuals outside Ehatid. Okay. So can you please go back to the team slide, please?
Yes po.
Okay. So this is good. But yung names to then, I think it would be good if you don't need to put your full names. Siguro Kit Nakwa para madaling maalala, mga ganyan.
Okay.
So when they see this, especially you have a big team, they can easily remember your names. Okay. Okay. And then can you go back to online on how it works?
Okay. Saglit lang po.
How it works. Okay.
Yes po.
Alright. So
medyo nag-load.
yeah, I understand. Pero is there a way that you can i-summarize mo palalo to?
Okay. Sige po.
Okay. It's good, but prepares item, receive. I think it's good naman. Pero if there's a way you can lessen it, it would be better para
Okay.
madaling maintindihan. And then, as much as possible, if you have yung ano nga tawag dito? The thing that keeps you different, makes you different from the rest, do not divulge how it works.
Okay.
So, ano mas dito? Meron ba kayong ayaw ipakita talaga sa mga tao dito?
Okay.
File store, orders, items.
Okay.
Selects payment method, tracks order. So it's general. Receives order,
Okay.
prepares items using payment. This is okay, so far this is good. But then siguro okay na to. Huwag niyo lang dagdagan pa ng yung kung ano what your secret is, okay? So
Okay.
just give them the big picture of how it works.
Okay po.
And then I'll continue with my comments later on, okay? I need to answer a call.
Okay. See.
Cristel?
Yes po.
You can, na lang siguro, in your demo bitaw, pwede na siguro mo magbutang o kanang easy steps on how will the customer purchase your order or transact with the app.
Okay. Okay. Okay po.
Thank you for that very good presentation.
Thank you po. Medyo choppy po. Hello, ma'am.
It's great how you added the growth part, so your audience will also know.
Opo.
Hello,
Medyo
can you hear
choppy
me?
po. Okay na ngayon. Opo, kanina medyo choppy. Hello po? Nawala po.
Okay, sige. I think Kai is going through some difficulties. Okay?
Yes.
Sorry.
Cristel, Maria is asking if can you indicate now the business model, like how are you earning, how much are you getting?
Okay. Okay.
I guess wala dyan sa slide mo, right?
Opo, hindi pa po siya na-mention. But yeah, basically we earn from delivery fees and then convenience fee of 3%.
So, with that said, I think you should include that with yung chart ninyo na ilan na yung nag-download. Can you go back to that?
Yes po.
Yes. So, this is growth. So, you can show this as your business model and add kung aside from how many app downloads you have, you show your earnings, okay, how much you are getting para consolidated isang slide, okay?
Opo.
Para nakikita yung progress mo. Okay. So, another thing is, can you please go back to the slide on what you get? Okay, I think it's the previous one. Okay, that. So, I noticed that you only read this, okay? So, you read this, enumerated this. So, this, if kung pwede, gawin nyo na lang is keywords na lang ipakita nyo and then you may say what's written right here, but you reword it. Do not what you've already placed on the slide. Okay, so again, reminder, what you want is the people to remember, to listen to you, not just read what's on your slide. So if you're going to rely on them on reading your slide, then they won't be listening to you. Okay? So find a way to use keywords on what you get. Okay. So probably like minute technical support, you can just use technical support and then you just say that you get minute technical support. Mga ganyan.
Okay. Okay po.
find keywords for this one. Okay.
Okay po.
And then my last pointer so far is please make sure to add a financial evaluation or
Okay
projection
po. Yes po. Wala pa po kasi.
for
Opo.
your pitch deck.
Opo.
Okay, that's important. Okay.
We are working on that po.
You have to show the investors, potential investors, why you need
Mm-hmm.
funding.
I actually made a quick calculation earlier, but I'm not sure about it yet, so I have to review it. But so far, no, we have calculated around, I think that was $1.8 million by the
Oh,
end of the year. But that's if we could launch nationwide na.
okay, so I mean, it's good to think big, but you have to start somewhere, right?
Yes
So,
po.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe you can focus on Cagayan de Oro or
Cagayan de Oro. Yes po.
in our region. And then, please take note that since ipapakita nyo rin yung growth nyo, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
as you are having traction, you have to specify why exactly you need investment because kung nakikita na nila there, you're already
Mm-hmm.
good on your own, they might say na they'll invest on somebody else, some other startup
Mm-hmm.
might need it
Opo.
more. So, indicate properly on why you need to invest, on ano yung timeline, ano yung region. Like we said before, be very specific about it. The
Okay
more
po.
big it is, the harder it is for them to understand what your financial projection.
Okay po. Sorry for the dogs.
Okay lang, normal lang.
Opo.
Okay, so that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you po, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello? Yes po.
Nabanggit niyo ba kung yung unique value proposition niyo nung when you showed your competition? As I actually,
Yung competitive advantages po.
oo.
Yes, I think we were we were able to discuss that.
Okay, so I'm sorry if hindi ko ma-remember, but uh, don't again emphasize what gives you
Okay po.
different from your
Mm-hmm.
competition when you show that slide. Okay.
Okay po.
So, do we still have other comments from the rest of the CDO b.i.t.e.s team? No question for me, none. No. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Please send your assignments.
My name is CJ Tizon, co-founder of Medcon. Do you ever get tired of traveling at 6 a.m., then list your name for a consultation that will start at 8 a.m.? Have you ever waited outside the clinic for 3 hours for a 15-minute consultation? Been there, done that. That's why we created Medcon, a digital platform that aims to remove the distance barrier and reduce the cost between patients and quality healthcare. With Medcon, you will have an access to online consultations, patient management, and e-records. Using Medcon is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Yes, only 3 steps. Search by location, view the available listings, then book. Say goodbye to the long waiting times and traffic. With us, you can book appointments at the comfort of your own home. Our initial target market is the household situated at Poblacion Barangay 7, Lipa City, with our first potential partner, which is the Lipa City District Hospital. At Medcon, we try to be as innovative as possible by adding an AI system and an emergency feature to make your lives easier. Our revenue will come from the 10% commission per services availed through our platform. Lastly, let me introduce to you the team of competitive engineers and ITs with the same mission of making healthcare accessible to Filipinos. And with that, I sincerely thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Medcon. So you finished that in less than 3 minutes. Good job, but um, I think it's too short. Can we go through your presentation, your deck one by one? Okay, so all right, first slide, next the second slide, the problem. Third one, what's the third slide? Okay, sila. Check lang muna the solution. Fourth, okay. So fifth one, city market nyo. The seventh one, sixth one, sorry, next one. Competition. Ang aid lang ang competition nyo na-identify nyo?
Hello po. Actually po, meron pa pong iba kaso ang kanila lang po ay online consultations unlike po sa aid na meron din pong e-pharmacy.
Okay. So
Okay
I think
lang po ba yun?
also, yeah, you can also add that because para makita nakikita naman kasi nila yung edge nyo dyan eh. And then, I think you can further talk about what makes your eto diba you mentioned here, naka-check dito, consultation, e-pharmacy, emergency feature, AI feature. So, given that you already have emergency feature and AI feature as an edge, maybe you can expound on why you have better consultation and e-pharmacy features than your competitors, than your competition, I mean. So, para mas, you can ma-expand nyo tong competition nyo. So, you can delve further on your unique value proposition. Okay? So, next slide, please. This is model. Cost per consultation. So, sila ang magko-consult sa inyo through sa app nyo, sa Medcon?
Yes po. Parang middleman po kami between professionals and patients.
Okay. So, kayo ba yung dati did you pivot? As far as I can remember, kayo ba yung original idea nyo is to pinpoint ano yung mga available na hospitals? Hindi ba?
Originally po, ito po talaga yung idea namin.
Okay. Okay. 10% commission, revenue per consultation po 10. Business model, okay. So this is what you're going. Next slide, please. Okay, so it is short. So can you please tell us ano yung financial projection nyo? So what will the investors get? And then what are the investors investing into if they're going to fund you? So you have to show that because maganda yung idea nyo, and then it shows na malaki talaga yung value proposition, unique value proposition nyo dahil you have the AI and the other one, di ba? And so it'd be better if you can tell them why you need the funding. So why do you need the funding exactly?
We need the funding po to support the project, the hosting of website for the coding po ng AI.
So you put that in another slide. Di ba? Dapat may financial projection kayo after the business model. Because makikita ka ng investors kung ano yung growth nyo or paano kayo mag-earn. But they won't know paano nyo gagamitin yung pera na makukuha nyo sa kanila. So you have to show that. What you're gonna use. Do not be vague, as in be specific about it. If you're gonna use it for salaries, you're gonna use it for what you said earlier, creation of and what when you say fund the project, that's very vague because maraming pwedeng gawin when you say fund the project, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're funding Medcon. And then what exactly, ano dun yung financial projection? Okay. So what else? So can you go back to your team? Team, all right. Good. Don't forget to put how they can contact you. Kung paano nila kayo i-contact. You can either put your official email address ng Medcon, which is easier for them to remember, or siguro your social media handle na Medcon related din. Oo.
Okay, noted po.
Okay, so I think you can improve. Good job on the on the pitch deck. It's good, but it's too short. Even though you're given only 3 minutes, please maximize that. Okay, if you can tell more stories, like for the first slide, di ba nag-umpisa kayo sa imbes na diretso kayo sa lack of accessible healthcare. Maybe you can change the photos that are more organic, because I noticed that you're using same photos, you're recycling it. Organic photos na mas siguro it will show the Philippine setting mismo, para mas makaka-relate yung nakikinig sa inyo. Okay. So far yun yung comments ko. So let's check the group chat.
Thank you po.
Okay. This is from Rhea. Her question is, can you please kindly identify how big is your market and your assumption as to how many will avail of your service?
Our initial target po is from Lipa City, Batangas po. And pero ang pinakauna pong hospital na target namin is from Barangay 7, Lipa City po talaga, sa Lipa City District Hospital, which has around 1,464 patients.
Okay. Continue. Sorry.
Sorry din po. As for the persons who will possibly use our platform, we are currently still conducting a survey to get the percentage of those people who are willing to use our platform. Then we will multiply that by the initial target market, which is the 1,464 households in Barangay 7, to get the possible number of users po from that population.
Okay, so when you say users, household, okay, Rhea said thank you. When you say household, ano yung criteria nyo dyan? Kahit sino na household, basta na within Barangay City or within Lipa City, not just people or household with, kumbaga, usually go to the hospitals for check-up, mga ganyan. Generally, household lang talaga. You don't have a specific criteria for that?
For now po, wala po kaming sinet na specific criteria kasi po, since pandemic po, we have that assumption that anytime any households might need healthcare consultation or healthcare services. Kaya po, for now po, it's general po muna na households.
Okay, so that's good. So you indicate that, especially since it's pandemic, okay, with this situation, your market caters to the general household, okay, because this situation concludes that everyone wants to, is entitled to consultations, medical consultations, diba? So if the pandemic subsides, I think you can delve on a certain criteria for that. But I don't think it's a good thing that it's a pandemic, but because it's the pandemic, it's good that you can say that general households to. So 1,464,000 to, no? Not million.
Yes
Or
po, thousands.
1,483K. So one number is one household, no? Not one person. Okay. That's huge. How gaano kalaki yung yung isang household na inaano nyo, market nyo?
Based po dun sa nakita naming ginawa po namin is kinuha po namin yung average number per households po in Barangay 7, which is approximately 4 people per household po. Tapos yung population po ni Barangay 7, dinivide po namin by 4 to know the approximate number of households po sa location na yon.
Okay, that's good. So I think you can also mention that aside from general yung household nyo, because it's pandemic, you mentioned that the data that you collected is based on a household with 4 members para mas specific yung yung market validation nyo. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So far, that's it. Yun lang. Do we have any comments from the rest of the CDO b.i.t.e.s team?
Man, for me, Ma'am Shore, I think they need to identify lang talaga first yung pain point nila sa problem.
Okay. Let's head on to your problem daw. Let's check.
Kasi previously di ba, bale, new lang tong nyo, yung pag-tweak nyo. Di ba last time you mentioned about scheduling po ba din yun? Or is it about still scheduling or nag-tweak talaga kayo from the previous niyo nga
Part po talaga si online consultation and online scheduling po. Kasi bale po, ang pinaka-pain point naman po nung dito sa taga-probinsya is lagi po silang nagta-travel ng 6 a.m., 4 a.m. para lang po magpalista dun sa secretary. Then, they will have to wait for 3 to 4 hours bago po mag-start ang consultation. So, yun po yung sinusubukan naming isolve. Isa sa mga sinusubukan naming isolve.
Okay. So, pwedeng balik tayo dun sa competition nyo. Because I want to see your complete services. So, kunwari ako, magbubook ako ng consultation sa inyo. Everything is digital, right? Or virtual. Yung resibo, paano ibibigay? Receipt from the doctor or anything else? Paperworks.
You can select po if you want na virtual or actual yung consultation. For now po, yung sa medical receipt po is si doctor po ang mag-i-input doon. Then, sa aming website po i-input din. Yung data po ay ma-access through email po ng patient.
Okay. So, your point here, tama. So, the problem is you're actually getting...
For now po yun, for now.
Not exactly accessible healthcare, but ang ginagawa nyo is hindi na sila maghihintay. No, mag-aano na sila, magbubook. Because you just said that pwedeng actual yung pagbigay ng resibo or pwede yung consultation. So, pupunta ako doon after for the consultation, no? So, what does it mean when you say e-pharmacy, emergency feature, and AI feature? Hi? Medcon.
For our AI feature po, most ano po siya, yung pinaka-feature po ni AI ay magma-manifest po mostly pag sa app na po. This is suggested by one of our mentors na pwede pong picturean yung, for example, yung wound. And then yung wound, i-detect ni AI if anong possible na solution or medications na kailangan or if it is an emergency situation na. Kasi what they said is, pag may sugat sila na malalim, they immediately go to the emergency room of the hospital, not knowing na hindi naman pala siya ganun ka-severe. So, isa po yun sa suggestions po ng mentors din namin dati.
Okay. Your mentor is a doctor?
Hindi po siya doctor, pero na-experience niya po yung ganong pangyayari na hindi niya alam yung gagawin sa sugat niya and pumunta pa siya sa hospital knowing na parang medyo simple lang pala yung gamot.
So, hindi ba pwedeng kasi kung AI lang yung babasihan natin, I'm not sure about sa kung ano yung say ng doctors on this. I'm assuming you've already talked to them before, but what if we can get a doctor on the other line, or not exactly on the other line, but an actual doctor to check if the wound or whatever is taken a photo of is what actually is. It can identify. Kasi though we have AI feature, have you tried it?
Yes po, meron po akong project noon na AI detection po yung diabetic retinopathy sa mata. And yung data po dun ay validated po ng medical doctors po, which is they say na correct po yung data.
Okay. So, okay. Emergency feature. What is your emergency feature?
For our emergency feature po, to use that, you will need to allow the location detection of your phone. And then they will assign you to the nearest hospital. Then you will have a choice if you will have you will need an ambulance or yung situation po. Ayun. So parang locating the nearest hospital or clinic po.
Okay, so instead of calling 911, they can just use Medcon to check with so they can get the nearest hospital where they can go to. Tama?
Yes po. Tapos po dun sa AI feature, the reason why we implemented the AI feature ay dahil din po sa pandemic, which is hindi po laging ganun ka-available yung lahat ng doctors. So with the AI feature, you can just present the analysis of the AI once na ma-detect niya na this is something serious po. So usually because of the availability of doctors po yung isa sa mga namin.
Okay, so the AI feature does not give a exactly na diagnosis. They just tell you that if it's serious or not. Ganun ba?
Yes po, para pong mag-a-assist lang po talaga siya mag-a-assist muna siya ng parang first interpretation bago pa talaga dumating sa professional po to really validate that.
Okay, that's good. That's a better picture. So when it says it's serious, and then i-recommend na to go to the doctor. That's correct, right?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay. So sa e-pharmacy, I think, what do you do? What is your edge sa e-pharmacy since Aid and your other competition competition has this? Yeah, yun din yung tanong ko. Will the doctor give a medical prescription via online consultation, especially since meron din kayong e-pharmacy? What if po mga antibiotics, how will this be justified?
Siguro po for now po is yung mga basic na gamot pa lang po siguro since ano naman po yung mga antibiotics po and yung other drugs po for mas serious na illness ay kailangan po talaga ng medical prescription na paper. So basically po yung mga order po dun sa e-pharmacies yung basic ano lang po like mga medical for headaches po.
Okay. Dun sa solution nyo, pinakita nyo ba kung ano yung itsura ng MVP nyo? Di ba it's supposed to be an app? Can I see the third slide, please? Third slide. So this is the alpha version. I think it would be better if ilagay nyo kung ano yung itsura mismo din ng app nyo para at least that's how you show your MVP. So makikita na ng audience nyo, especially the investors, how your product looks like. So since you're dealing with consultations sa medical field, I highly recommend that you use a disclaimer that as much as you want to be thorough with this one, you have to make sure that yung disclaimer nyo says there kung ano yung talaga yung scope ng Medcon. Okay? Baka kasi, when they use Medcon, isipin ng tao, mag-AI, they're gonna take a shot of their wound or something else na nafe-feel nila. Okay? And then, baka gamitin na nila yun as official diagnosis. You have to make sure that when they use Medcon, that they understand that they still have to consult with a doctor after using your app. Tama ba ang pagkaintindi ko ng Medcon?
Yes po. It is right to use a disclaimer nga po.
Oh, okay. So it should be when they first start the startup. It's usually not exactly disguised, but it's yung may mga I agree, may mga ganyan. Yun, yun, and then will you be using people's identities here? Will they be putting their names, their numbers, their addresses? I mean, you're gonna ping their address, diba? Say for the emergency feature, but for the rest of their information, would you be using those?
Yes po. But we're gonna use some special code na hashing po sa website para po ma-secure yung data ng patient.
Alright. So, idagdag nyo rin yun sa disclaimer nyo under the Data Privacy Act that yung mga data na nilalagay nila doon will only be used for the Medcon app and will not be shared to third party or anything or to anybody else. I think don't worry, we'll give you mentors, but if you can also consult with doctors, please do note na meron silang I forgot the legal term for that, but meron kasing a confidential clause between a patient and a doctor that kahit kayo, you cannot know about that. So, you have to find out how you can not exactly find a loophole, but how you can work around this. Okay?
Okay po.
Do you get what I'm saying? Kasi baka mamaya, ginagamit nila yung app and they're putting so much data in there that they're not supposed to. And then it might not endanger you but create a liability for your app kasi nga dun sa confidentiality clause between a patient and a doctor. Kasi as far as I know, hindi rin kahit sino hindi yun pwede magbigay, kahit ibang doktor, unless na walang consent ng patient at ng doctor. Okay? So far on my side, good job on your pitch deck. It was good. Just maximize the 3 minutes. Talk about it more, especially yun. So napansin nyo we've delved on your competition because dun yun nilagay kung ano yung unique value proposition nyo. So when you go there, explain to us, to the audience, to the investors, why you have this kind of features, okay? But don't show them or explain to them exactly how it works because, of course, you have to keep the recipe a secret. Just show how it works, okay? But not why or the cogs and gears. Secreto ninyo yun because that's what makes you different from your competition, okay? And then, yun, organic photos, yung business model nyo, meron na yun, di ba? I-add nyo yung market nyo, be more specific about that. Do not give the assumption that since it's pandemic, your investors will think that your app is pivoting for the pandemic. Always make sure that you mention what it is intended for. Okay, tapos okay, and then maybe accessible healthcare is not the exact words you need for the exact terms for your problem. Maybe we can tweak it na mas swak dun sa apat na binibigay niyo na services ng product niyo, okay? Not exactly accessible kasi pwede silang pumunta. I mean, you're just mostly you're cutting off the hassle of falling in line, diba? So they can still go to consultations physically or do it virtually. So it's not exactly accessible healthcare. So we'll try to tweak that term. In the meantime, you can do that on your own and then share with us your updated pitch deck and we'll give you feedback as well. Okay. So that's so much for listening to my comments and to the rest. Meron pa bang comments from the rest of the Studio b.i.t.e.s team?
Yung problem lang because I think you want to solve, actually you tend to provide a lot of things in your app, but I am most certain that you just want to lessen the line of queuing people, and you inserted the pandemic, and then here comes AI. So we really can't focus as to what problem are you really trying to solve, because there are already a lot of telehealth services, right? Like you can just book a doctor online and you do a conference call for doctors and then you show your symptoms to the doctors online. I mean, there are already a lot of hospitals doing that in the big cities. So you might also want to consider really the telehealth as part of your competitors, where you can do consultations for doctors online, and it can be done 24/7 and their subscription is monthly, most especially that some people have family doctors to begin with. Like their entire medical history has been with that doctor the moment they were born. So you also need to consider sino ba talaga yung customers, because majority of middle earners to high earners already have their go-to doctors, right? I mean, I
Yes
am
po.
certain that even kami, we have our family doctor whom we can call because they have been our doctor since we were young. So they know our history. So given that, are you tapping them as your customers? And then with regards to AI and your reference was the sugat of your mentor, is that image processing or is that AI? So I'm also quite confused. So kasi parang ang dami na ng features ng app nyo, but can you highlight even just one problem that you're trying to solve and how you can be better with the already existing ones? Then you add on what would be the other value propositions that would compel your market to really choose you over the rest. Because I also don't want you na lahat na lang ng features na pwede is nandyan sa prototype nyo, and yet, the main problem is not being solved. Parang ganon. Are we really solving queuing? Are we really solving consultation? Hence, you do online consultation? Parang ganon. So, just have, yun lang, isang problem lang, and then be good in solving that problem. And then perhaps in the second version or the second prototype of your Medcon app version 2, you have this added feature. So parang ganon. So I think the problem with lack of healthcare providers is not really the problem, because you were saying that it takes a lot of hours from waking up to listing down your name and getting consulted takes a lot of time. So perhaps it really is the concern on queuing, right? So if it is queuing, will you now provide ito yung alpha version niyo, right? You search, you view listings, and then you book, so that you just can come the moment that it is your time to come to the hospital? Or are you trying to do a telehealth where you can just connect the doctor to the patient virtually, like what we are doing right now? Are you trying to do that as well? That we can just talk, if I'm the doctor, you're my patient, we can just talk it out, and then you'll have a monthly subscription to the doctor, parang ganon. So yeah, that's yun lang. Focus on the problem and and create a better solution to solve the problem, and then the other features can come in. Although you have the AI there, you have the e-pharmacy, but with regards to queuing, well, why are you better? Is it your price? That's already a better value proposition. Are you cheaper than your competitor? That would be a good value proposition, right? So parang yeah, kalat lang masyado, yun lang for now.
Okay. Thank you po.
Po.
I'd like to add, and ako personally, I would recommend you focus as well on, not exactly focus, okay, baka gusto nyo mag-gear towards teleconsultation, okay, because ngayon, since it's pandemic, people are actually afraid to go to the hospitals, and we understand that, and hospitals are packed, our doctors cannot meet with other patients freely because of the pandemic. So with teleconsultations or virtual consultations, which is more intimate and which you can more rely on, since ang kausap niyo mismo is yung doctor, I think it would be better. Okay, so maybe you can tweak towards that, because that would give you more oomph for your consultations and your e-pharmacy. Kasi kung there's teleconsultations or virtual consultations, you check na yung consultations nyo, yung e-pharmacy nyo pwede rin, because not exactly you buy the antibiotics virtually, but the receipts actually can be given by the doctor. He can write it actually and then just take a picture of it, as long as it's legit. Okay, pwede yun. So you can check na yan sa list nyo, and yung instead na mag-AI kayo, you can uh, rely on an actual doctor to do the diagnosis. Ganon. Okay. So that's my 2 cents. So I hope that wasn't too much for you, but don't worry because we really like your startup. I mean, ako personally because it has a I know malaki yung future niya. Just tweak it. Tama yung sabi ni Rhea kasi maraming features. The point is not to have as many features as you can, especially more than your competitors. The thing is you have to solve a problem better and have an edge. Just be simple at first, and then kung nagawa niyo na yung first goal niyo, you can upgrade to more features, because we actually had a startup na lean towards medical field then. Pero sa dami ng features na naiisip nila, hindi na nila nagawa. Okay? Every time we meet, they tell us na, "Ma'am, may inad na naman kaming feature." And ang nangyari, they never were able to release what they actually plan to do, which is with all the features. Ang nangyari, they created a separate one. They threw away the idea and pivoted to another idea. So, sayang. So, I hope you can find a level ground for this, and I know you can improve on this. Okay? So, I hope okay na yon. Okay na yun? No more comments from the rest of the CDO b.i.t.e.s team. Okay, Medcon, thank you so much. Okay, good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you po.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Testing mic. Okay. So it's my pitch deck. Okay, ma'am. I will start na, ma'am.
Okay.
So, good afternoon, everyone. It has been approximately 6 months when COVID-19 pandemic hit us. And since then, everything or many things have changed. You and I have become more sensitive to germs and viruses compared before. For businesses to operate, COVID-19 health protocols have to be implemented, like foot bath, checking of temperature, and hand washing. But what if, and so in the new normal, a pocket of hand sanitizer would come in handy. But what if you left it? Or it's almost running out? Or worse, you can't afford to buy another one. So for people who are on the go, all you need is actually what is actually 1 peso. Yes, 1 peso. Introducing Piso hand sanitizer dispenser, a quick and affordable hand sanitizing solutions for establishments against germs and viruses. The Piso hand sanitizer to work is just simply put and plug and in your establishment, and you're done. For just 1 peso, your walk-in customers and dine-in clients could quickly hand sanitize and refill their hand sanitizer bottles. And more importantly, it is an additional stream of income for your business in the new normal. Let me quickly show you how it works. So there you go. That's how quick it is and simple. So currently we have one MVP. in a carinderia in SM Agora Bus Terminal for further validation. And as of now, we have two direct competitors. Those are selling automatic alcohol dispensers and the manual or the foot operated alcohol dispensers. Our primarily we are on our business model is primarily consignment, that is 60% and 40% profit sharing, where 60% goes to our startup and 40% goes to the establishment. It is projected that our gross income would be around 2,271 pesos, that is per gallon. And our projected return of investment is around 2 months to 6 months, depending on the location and traffic of people. So again, this is Hope Di Carino, the Piso Hand Sanitizer Dispenser founder. Thank you and have a great day.
Okay, thanks, Hope. So what is the financial projection of Piso Hand Sanitizer? Piso Hand Sanitizer na to, no? Piso?
Yes, ma'am. For in order to be, kasi ma'am, pag sinsilyo, naitag 5 na po'y tag 1.
Okay.
So we,
first question, what is your financial projection for Piso Hand Sanitizer?
if you're able to, in this slide, ma'am, you can actually see that in, I'm sorry, 1 moment. So in this slide, ma'am, considering its consignment, we can, the 60-40% is actually still negotiable. So considering this as a, like for now, so the 2,271 is actually per unit. So when it comes to projection, really depends on the number of units that we can place in a particular barangay or city. So for now, this is just our projected gross income, ma'am. For 1 unit, that's 2,271 pesos.
Okay, so kung may investor, saan pupunta yung funding nila?
Yes, ma'am. At first, ma'am, it would be for the product development, and that would include the patent. That's one thing that we are considering, but more on product development and partly on the business registration and mga anak, ma'am, but 70% will go into product development.
Okay, so I think it's good that I think it's better if you mention that as part of your financial projection, the funding would go to the product development. And I think it would be a red flag if sasabihin nyo pa na you still have to register. Okay.
Okay.
Because kung hindi pa kayo registered and then medyo may idea sila na that's gonna take some while, that might become they might hesitate. So as much as possible, huwag niyo muna sabihin, just work on it, and siguro use your money for that muna if you especially when you're already doing consignment. It's good that you register first, and then for the patent, the school can help you naman din. I think they can help with the funding for that. Pero we still have to see. Okay. So next question, what exactly is your competitive advantage over existing products in the product? So you mentioned your competitors, but you did not exactly emphasize what makes it different. You only, what we remember that is it's quick.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's affordable. So what exactly is your competitive advantage?
Primarily, ma'am, my customers are really establishments, not really the end users, no. So considering that my competitive advantage is really these 3, ma'am. It's really quick, easy to install, where you just simply put in plug, and then it will be also affordable for their customers who are dining in or just simply visiting the area. And then it's also this part, ma'am, siguro I did not really able to emphasize it that much, but it's more of a passive income. Since COVID-19 health protocols laws would require establishments really to have that alcohol all the time. So this would be an added, ano ba yan, ma'am? Added protocol, health protocol
I
that
think
is
that
made.
is your competitive advantage, that the establishment actually gains income from your product. Kasi yung automated, pati yung isa pang competition niya, it's
The
also
manual foot bath,
yeah, the
ma'am.
manual one are also easy to install. You can just place it anywhere.
Okay.
And then yung as end users kasi libre yun. Okay, so libre yun sa end users, but the establishments, they have to spend a lot to get those free things for the end users. So your competitive advantage is that they actually earn from the Piso hand sanitizer. Piso
Yes, ma'am.
dispenser. So you have to emphasize that kasi wag mong sabihin na hindi ba kailangan sabihin, pero ayaw focus on the establishment, of course. Okay, syempre kasi what if ang question nila sa inyo, if dili gusto mo gasto ang tao para sa alcohol, how do you, kung saan man mo tubagon?
Actually, ma'am, that's really understandable. So we're also partly positioning it as a refiller station. So it has become more an option, ma'am.
So
That
Piso hand sanitizer or
refilling?
Refilling station? That's mine.
No, ma'am. Partly it could we could position it as a machine for your establishment wherein your customers could refill a hand sanitizer for their personal use.
Okay. So I think you should place that in your pitch deck that you have two options. You can either use, both of them still gains income because they have to use Piso for yung actual hand sanitizer. Pero for the refilling, probably much higher price for that, like 10 pesos siguro.
Okay.
Give the options for that if you're gonna pitch that as well. Para at least, kasi it still falls na hand sanitizer dispenser naman. Oo. So it could be refilling, but 10 pesos lang or Piso dun sa depende sa establishment. Oo. Sa options nila. Basta the point is that they earn from your product, especially those so speaking of this, can say in yung market. Hello, Hope?
Nakamute ko. Initially, ma'am, I was really thinking na after things would be smooth na schools would resume. So unfortunately, blended learning man. So most schools are online or wala pa yung nag-enroll yet. So first would be schools wherein pwede na mo i-consign sa ilahang mga schools, and then terminals, and then public markets. So those are the top three, ma'am. Fourth would be passenger vessels.
Don't you think you have it mixed up? Dapat public markets munang nasa top, especially since they're the ones that are operating even though may pandemic. Kaya ang sa school, may ragid ng tao, especially mag-virtual karon.
Yes,
there's
ma'am.
malls, there's public markets, government offices. But I don't know if they need that kasi income generating. I don't know, maybe you can pitch it to them, but mostly private entities that are actually operating during the pandemic that would benefit from this para hindi rin sila na loss lang ang ilang experience during the pandemic. So ang kailangan mong dire is dapat dili ka maghulat na kanang if the pandemic subsides, you take advantage. Not take advantage, but you do what you can right now. Since this pandemic, you focus on the establishments that you know that would benefit from this.
Sige, ma'am. I would take note of that, especially sa Kogon. I think you're right, ma'am. Getting mixed it up.
I think you have to take note din kung saan yung mga break karon. There's the gym. Ang gym, dako na sila lost tungod kay nag-close sila sa pandemic. And then if they have that during sa ilang mga since nag-open na sila bago lang, maybe you can talk to gyms, salons, the ones that are allowed to operate. Or terminals din, pero I don't know if tanan ba. But you can check.
Okay, ma'am. So take note, ako i-take note na, ma'am. Kana siguro Kogon is I think most feasible for now.
So my next comments are actually aesthetic. I think it's okay lang na PowerPoint, but since it's I think mas nice siya kung PDF kay hapsay ang pagdagan sa imong pitch deck. Instead of showing a video para di kay bugat, you can just show series of screenshots focusing on the mismong product para makita how it works. I mean, the point is that people have to listen to you, have to maximize those 3 minutes talking. Okay, not just showing a lot of videos or anything else. Okay, just talk about your product, and then maybe you can also improve on your pitch deck. Is consistent with your branding. Play with colors. Make it more easier to the eyes. There's too much color you're using. Okay lang actually. Tsada man ay mong pagka-color, pero para sa ako it's too bare. Okay, so let's make it more professional looking.
Okay.
So, do we have any more comments from the rest of the City of B.i.t.e.s team? Gish, Kai?
None for me, Ma'am Shore. I guess na-address na ni Matanan, ma'am. Same na ako mga questions.
I think Ma'am Shore covered all the questions now I wanted to ask with regards to the competitive advantage. I would just like to ask if are you a one-man team right now, no?
Yes, one-man team.
Okay. So it would be better, if you will have people with you on board in the future. So
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess maura to on my end.
Yeah. It's also that thanks for pointing that out, Kai. It's good that when you kanang i-present mo yung team, balag katong developer nimo, balag outsourcing na, you can put it there. Identify man sad nimo na siya ang ga-develop or sa iyang role yun. And then ikaw founder nana. So kasi it would be much more better kung ganon, kay at least the investor can trust that you actually have a team working on that, because even if they trust you that you can work on that alone, working on an entrepreneurial project alone is very, very difficult, especially karon na pandemic. You're doing one person doing the role of the main 3 main roles is too difficult. Hustling, hacking, and being a hipster, that's hard. So, add na lang kung sa itong mga parts sa imong team para at least it would look good on your pitch deck as well.
Okay, ma'am.
So far, that's all. Okay. Thank you so much, Hope, for...
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, we'll give you a link to the recording.